Inventing usually takes a dream and a lot of focus in order to make that dream come true. Sometimes along the way, things don't exactly go as planned, but that's not always a bad thing. History has shown us that many inventions that are monumental came about accidental.
What do this car, these colors, and this silly putty have in common? Well, on the surface, not much. But dig a little deeper and you'll discover that elements of each were discovered accidentally.
It seems as if these inventors just had a lucky bout with chance. But I would argue that it was more serendipity than luck. They were observant, and that allowed them to understand the significance of these accidents.
I took a trip behind the scenes into the archives of the Henry Ford with Associate Curator Catherine White, who explained to me the unintentional ways in which innovation can manifest into creation.
Why are we standing in front of this car?
The 1928 Ford Model A was the first low-price car to include safety glass as a standard feature.
Okay, and so safety glass is the accidental invention?
It is, it is. In 1903, a chemist named Eduard Benedictus bumped a beaker and it fell down and it broke, but it did not shatter. But there was a thin layer of plastic left over by a previous experiment that kept the pieces together, so it didn't shatter all over the place.
That thin layer of liquid plastic called cellulose nitrate protected the glass in such a way that Benedictus knew it could help solve the issue of shattered windshields at a time when the automotive industry was growing rapidly. The safety glass, initially called triplex, is that thin layer of plastic between two layers of glass.
Do we still call it safety glass?
We do. Laminated glass, and safety glass is still what's used in every car's front windshield.
Our next accidental invention, synthetic dye.
1856 is when William Henry Perkin created the first synthetic dye. He discovered them accidentally. He was trying to synthesize quinine, which is a treatment for malaria. He's working with coal tar, it's a byproduct of coal, really a coal waste. And he's trying to synthesize quinine, but he kept getting this dark sludge. But when the sludge came into contact with cloth, it turned it a vibrant, vivid purple.
Purple, an incredibly rare color to produce and associated with royalty, had now become available more readily.
I see a toy that I recognize.
Yeah, silly putty was also an accidental invention.
Was it?
It was. In the years leading up to and during World War II, there was an impending rubber shortage, which of course is very needed in wartime. The U.S. War Production Board asked General Electric to try to find a synthetic version of rubber. They assigned James Wright to the task. He combined boric acid and silicone oil, and he got this rubbery but too soft, stretchy, bouncy substance. It was not useful for the war effort.
Yeah, I can't imagine using silly putty in a war.
No.
Unless you just want to amuse your enemies.
Or stress relief, perhaps.
Right.
Eventually, an advertiser saw the potential in it as a toy, changing the name from Nutty Putty to Silly Putty, and the rest is history. Taking an accident and bridging curiosity and knowledge to the fullest potential.